welcome back to you. I'm your host, Lerato, and joining me as usual are my beautiful smart co-hosts, Charlotte and Vumile. Ladies, how you doing? Good. Excellent. So, today is going to be amazing. We've got two great people, in fact, three, I'm told. Three great people who are going to be joining us right here in studio. Please don't go anywhere. We're going to make it worth your while, right? So we are talking about the cost of success. We're trying to do a lot these days, trying to do this, trying to get different revenue streams. How do we do it without losing ourselves? This is important, so we're going to discuss this. And joining us in studio is the beautiful Vumile Msweli. She's going to come through and tell us so much, because this is a woman who's doing a lot with her God-given talent. So I'm excited to have her on the show. And then joining us later is a beautiful guy, actually very, very talented, innovation at best. So his name is Subz the writer, and joining him is P.O. So guys, stay tuned, it's going to be fabulous. Coming to you next. Okay, ladies, so I was listening to the radio yesterday, one of these big radio stations, and they were talking about something that is quite difficult for me to really grasp and appreciate. So they had a psychic. They had a psychic in studio, one of those big radio stations, I'm not going to name. But basically, callers were encouraged to call in and really just talk about what it is that's dear to them, what's on their heart, the path that maybe they should take. And what's scary is that they had 90% of callers calling in to say, should I quit my job? There's a lot of people who are unhappy with their jobs at the moment. So 90% of the callers actually asked, should I quit my job? They asked the psychic, should I quit my job? So this is alarming. I mean, it really is alarming. So my question to you ladies is, obviously people are grinding, they are bustling, they are hustling, perhaps in the wrong spaces. Vumile, you left your job, girl, to do your thing, to do your business. How easy, how difficult was it for you to just call it quits and pursue your own thing?
Oh, to call it quits was easy, I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always known that my path is to be an entrepreneur. My path is to go and do my own thing, just venture out. So that was the easy part. The difficult part came after jumping ship. You know, I have to be honest, those first couple of years were awful. I mean, they really were awful, because
what were you eating? What was in your fridge?
That's why they were awful. You know, in living, when you're careful about, you know, your finances, and you just kind of, you have to stretch every little thing that you have. But I have to be honest with you, there was always a fuel that kept me going.
That's it.
Something that woke me up in the morning and kept me working every day, day after day. The fact that I did what I loved. And till today, I was never that person that was kind of conflicted about whether I'm in the right career space. But, you know, I know I'm in the right career space, so I love it so much. So that's what kept me going.
The thing is that our jobs are meant to add to us, not take away. And I'm finding that a lot of jobs out there actually take away, because I'll talk about my own experience. I mean, I was consumed by work all the time, but I made the conscious decision to say, come what may, I'm going to leave, I'm going to go get my life. I'm going to find my happiness. And I was pregnant at the time when I left my job. So risky, very, very risky. But you have to take those risks in order for you to reap the rewards at the end of the day. You can't stay in that job that's making you miserable, that's changing your soul.
And how many, 5 out of the 7 days a week at work. And the entire time that the sun is up, you are at work. It may as well be something that fulfills you. I mean, that's why so many people called in, should I quit my job? Because it consumes everything at the end of the day.
And I think, you know, this, what's it, a pound for your flesh kind of thing. So when I look at my mom, and 30 years ago, like, she's a teacher, and she would, you know, 8 to 5 was 8 to 5, or 9 to 4, or 9 to 3, whatever the case is. When we look at modern technology, let's put it this way, the fact that we've got laptops, we don't work for a finite number of hours anymore. So that is why work is consuming our souls. We take laptops home, we take work home, etc. And so if I could give, let's say, 5, 6, 7 hours of my day to work and end it there, and I wasn't worried about all the basically taking work home and finishing off that little piece of work for my boss, whatever the case is, I think that we would lead a more balanced society, basically. So I think it's really technology. It has its benefits, but honestly, I think it's what is making us more accessible. And I mean, I remember when I was on maternity leave, I'm just like admitting it. I had like 6 months maternity leave, and I was still logging on
what?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, just to see what was happening.
Oh my goodness.
Checking my mail from time to time, etc.
Yeah.
I think it's that programming of wanting to be in the know. So I didn't have to contribute to the bottom line in the 6 months, but I had like FOMO, like what's happening without me.
Yes,
etc.
yes, yes,
And
yes,
then
yes.
You check what's happening, you're like, oh, just this one email. Then the second email, you might as well be working. So I think
Sure.
there's also bad habits that you need to get rid of.
What kept you going, frankly, when you were down and out in business?
Oh, you mean financially? or what
Financially,
kind of-
financially.
Oh, friends and family. Okay, we say family.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, you have to have that support system. You know, I can't stress that enough. It's so important. I mean, if you're surrounded by people who don't believe in your vision, you're surrounded by people who don't believe you should have left your job, no one's gonna raise their hand to say, "Let me help you out." You know, I'm blessed to be in a position where my parents are, you know, independent,
Yeah.
able to help me out and things like that, and my siblings, etc. So.
Sure. So support is a big part
When
of
you're
it.
starting out, definitely.
Yes.
Because you don't need people saying, Georgia, why?
Oh my goodness, please don't come here. You know, things like
Yes. Oh wow. Okay, so we're gonna continue this, but when we come back, we are gonna be joined by Vumile. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready, ladies? That's right. Stay tuned.
And so the chit chat continues. So for a more informed opinion to spice up the conversation, we have Miss Vumile Msweli. She's a life coach, a public speaker, and an executive at Telecom. So this is a perfect person to tell us about juggling a busy life. Miss Vumile, please tell us about yourself and welcome to Women Unplugged.
Thank you so much for having me, ladies.
You look gorgeous, by the way.
Oh, you flash me with your shit.
Sorry.
So I'm Vumi. I'm from KZN originally. Like you mentioned, I'm an executive life coach and I'm an executive, and I do quite a lot of public speaking.
So what do you talk about? I'm just gonna throw it in there personally.
Basically, all things finance and female.
Okay.
So right now, I'm in my element, hang out with the girls. This is definitely.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So earlier on in the segment, we were talking about, you know, just busy life, you know, just, what do we call it? We call it the cost of success. You know, nowadays we've filled our lives with so many things. Our careers consume us. So tell us, how do you juggle it?
I think it's basically about what you said, doing something that feeds your soul and it pushes your passion. I never really commit to anything that I'm not really wanting to do. Time is very, very short.
It is, eh?
And to be exhausted and frustrated at work is something I can't do for my own soul.
No.
So I really try to do things that really, really inspire me.
Because, I mean, when you say you do things that inspire you, I mean, think about waking up in the morning and driving to work and just being miserable and not wanting to be there. I mean, that's not sustainable, you know? So I completely resonate with what you're saying. I mean, doing something that you're passionate about and that inspires.
But tell us what you are passionate about, because I mean, obviously we've Googled, you know, like how us females do. But tell us, I mean, when it comes to you, what inspires you when you wake up in the morning? Because you're doing such a lot of things, and name one or two things that burns your fire or sparks your fire.
I love education. I can't even lie.
I'll see that.
I'm a nerd at heart. Don't let the contacts fool you. Like I read and I teach. So I teach in Soweto on Saturdays.
What do you teach?
English. So when I'm with my kids Saturday morning, you don't have to wake me up and be like, oh, for me about last night. At 6:30, I'm on my way to Soweto because I've got to be there by 7.
Oh, wow.
So that's something for me that it's easy, comes naturally. I'm in my element, I'm happy. When I've got to have conversations with women, I'm so happy and joyful from my soul's depth because I know that I get to meet someone who's just like me, who isn't aware of her own greatness and her own power.
But I resonate with that because as the ladies know, I'm starting a women empowerment, initiative at work, and you don't have to ask me twice to do it, etc. But in terms of the advancement of women in South Africa, what's your take on that?
Snail's pace. Snail's pace. I think I'm always so surprised by how many powerful women there are. But there's just a gap. We get into that middle management piece and we just can't break through to that senior management board. I sit on boards and I'm very often the only woman at board. And I'm like, how is this happening? Or I go to a client meeting and I'm the only black female. How is this possible? So this week there were 2 women and the rest of our clients were all male. And I was like, look at this. At least my organization is making that difference. But it's not enough. We are so incredibly talented, and our way of thinking is different. Why isn't society catching up? That's my sort of bugbear.
I guess it is up to women in your position, you know, who learn, when you learn, you teach.
Yeah.
You know, women in your position to be able to just pass the baton on, you know. Those young ladies in Soweto look up to you. You know what I mean? So I think, yeah, it's our responsibility when we learn, we teach.
Well done, bro. Well done. Right here, man. Right? Gosh, okay. So I've never really gone to a life coach. I don't know what to expect from a life coach.
Yeah.
What the hell do you talk about?
So there are different types of life coaches, right? So the life coaches who specialize in relationships, that's all they do.
Okay.
Then you've got a life coach who, like, I actually was a generalist. I have no idea my life is falling apart, what happens.
Yeah.
And they sort of help you unpack it. It's just like a coach on the field. You're so busy running after the ball, you don't realize that the other players, the other dynamics. So it's all it is a time out, step into my office, let's unpack this. What's the strategy?
Sure.
What are we doing? And what I specialize in is executive coaching and financial coaching. So people come to me when their finances are horrendous.
Personal finances.
Yes, personal finances.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm debt counselor, I don't know what to do, where do I start? And we start unpacking it. And what we find is everything that manifests actually comes from your own attitude towards things. So how you engage with money actually drives your monetary behavior. So we unpack the psychology of it, and then, you know, wrap you up until you go back in the field.
That's
But
survival.
I mean, tell me about a day in your life. Okay, so from the time you wake up in the morning, because you do all these different things. You've got speaking opportunities, you're meeting people in terms of one-on-one consultations, and you're still at work, reporting a 9 to 5, reporting to 9 to 5.
Flexible hours, but pretty
Flexible?
much.
Okay, nice. But take me through it. What time do you wake up? What happens in your day?
So I wake up at 4.
Okay,
I knew it.
Something is up here.
That you're achieving it. So you don't have a normal 9 to 5. I could pick it up.
Yeah, so I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I spend an hour meditating, praying, and I'm a big believer in gratitude and just giving thanks.
Yes, girl.
I think, you know, more comes from that place when you're happy. Play with my dog, make tea. And then my day really starts. So about 5, 6 o'clock, catch up on work emails. I'm one of those morning people. I'm more productive in the morning.
Okay.
So push that till about 7, 8 o'clock. Before my situation, I'd go for a run. You know, trying to look after my body now. And then I'd head off to the office or head off to clients, because my work is very client facing.
Yes.
So go see clients, do all of that. And then in the afternoons to early evenings, I see my clients, my offline clients for financial coaching. And then weekends where I do most of my speaking, and I also do TV shoots.
Okay, so that happens on weekends.
Yes. Oh, and then radio, depending on the slot. Sometimes my lunchtime, I rush to the radio station, do a segment, and then rush back to the office.
But you know, I see that we're talking about the cost of success.
Yeah.
Do you see this being sustainable once you start having a family? If indeed that's on the cards, if that's something that you want.
Definitely want to have a family. I think I'd make some cute babies. I do think it's sustainable. For me, it's the balls are all priorities, right? We say we've got glass balls. Family, health.
Yeah.
You can never drop those.
Yeah.
Career bounces back. Money bounces back. So I prioritize my friends and my family, and I don't think that'll change even more so if I were to have a husband and kids. All it means is that how I'm juggling changes.
Just before you joined us, I was just saying to Vumile, a similar attitude towards you. She's got her own business and it's doing very well at this point in time. And I was telling her, because I'm a mom, I was telling her, darling, like, milk this opportunity for what it is. So when you do, because she also wants a family one day, when you do eventually have bambino, because you do have babies, the fact that you're investing in your business, that's your baby for now.
Yes.
So when you have the other type of baby, you know, similar to her, you will have no regrets.
And you want to have that foundation laid for when the babies do come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are a young exec,
Yes.
under 35.
Under 30.
Oh,
I'm still
correction.
adjusting to the fact that I'm 30. I turned 30 in May. So I'm still
Correction.
Virtual high five.
Sorry. Okay. Under 30. Wow. So then this question really is quite valid then. How do you gain that respect? You know how it is from your peers. So young. And then you're gonna tell women who have husbands, kids, especially women. I'm talking about women. I'm concerned about men now. Women who are much older than you, who are possibly reporting into you. How do you maintain that respect?
really believe in finding out for them to know my credibility. So that's why the education piece comes in. Because you can't argue with the fact that I've got an MBA from London.
MBA from London.
You can't.
Wow.
So you bring that to give yourself credibility, but after that it's all on humility. You don't know what you don't know. She's got experience that I don't have.
That's it.
So I'm in no position to be condescending about it.
Wow.
I just think respect is earned and given.
Wow,
Good
this
for
is
you.
so awesome. You have really opened my eyes today. You know, it was really awesome. This session was so informative for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
And kudos to you. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you for investing in the education of our children.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, ladies.
Anyway, all the best.
You too.
Wow, all the best indeed.
So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Look, my only fear is to make my readers feel safe. If they feel safe, I fail to do my job. My job is to scare you.
I'm so excited to introduce the next segment because I'm going to introduce a guy called Subz the writer. He is the youngest best-selling horror writer to come out of South Africa. This guy is black, funky, and doing it for himself. I'm so impressed with him because he is the first guy to actually have a soundtrack to match this book. This book is called The Heart Train Heist. So it's obviously recently written because The Heart Train has been with us for what, maybe it's like 2, 3, 4 years?
Somewhere there.
Guys, I'm so impressed because I don't know who's done this worldwide. Please help me welcome Subz, the writer. Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. So I see that you've also been accompanied by P.O, hey?
P.O.
So you are an up-and-coming rap artist, and you did a couple of verses. Was it 1 or 2 verses on the soundtrack?
Yes, I did work with the gentleman.
Oh, he's the gentleman. Okay, and behind me is Raz, the producer of the soundtrack. Guys, welcome to Women Unplugged.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you here.
Yeah.
So I have got to ask you, because you are, you're 25.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's not every day that we find a black guy, 25, who is published.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, how did you get into writing?
I started writing at the age of 19 years old.
Okay.
I was still playing around with the idea, basically. But it wasn't until I was 22 years old when I entered a short story competition for Gaunt's Gambit in Canada. And I also entered another short story competition for South African Writing Circle, SAWC, I think it is. And I won that competition. And after that, the response that I got from people was tremendous amount of, of praise and everything like that. So, but I basically started off writing non-fiction for a political organization. And everybody used to say, Subz, your writing is great, but they never used to talk about my politics.
Saying something. Give a shout out to your English teacher, because I mean, it's really great writing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Although we had a lot of fights,
Yes.
me and my English teacher, we had a lot of fights back in the day when I didn't really realize that I was a writer.
Yeah.
To start with, but I really give praise to everybody who's contributed to my writing.
Yeah.
And I've developed in a very short amount of time. It's because I've put a lot of effort into my writing.
Into harnessing who you are as a writer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you, why horror?
I started off by wanting to scare people.
Really? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a thrill thing for me at first, but I've actually grown out of horror and gone into more mainstream crime thriller genres, suspense, and a lot of drama as well, because I'm really good at that. So I really found my niche after a couple of years of writing. And yeah.
How do you sleep at night?
Well, with my first novel, there were actually times where I could actually look back, and when I was writing, I love writing at night. I love writing past midnight, actually. And there was a time when I was writing my first novel, and I think it was a bird or a bat that had hit my sliding door upstairs. And and I was in the zone, but I was scared myself. but because I was scared myself, that's what actually made me realize that I was in the zone of actually creating fiction that would resonate with my readers.
And is this what you do full time?
This is what I do full time. This is what I do for a living.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, fellas, let's get into this book now,
Yeah.
particularly this book.
Yeah.
So you then put together a soundtrack to go with it.
Yeah.
And then did these two gentlemen have anything to do with the storyline?
Yeah.
In terms of, I don't know.
Well, I actually, the idea came about a year and a half ago, where after I had created the Culture Heist title, I hadn't come up with the content itself. These guys came about when I decided that this novel deserves a soundtrack, like a soundtrack to a movie.
Yeah.
I'll do a soundtrack to a book. To find out that it has never been done before, a soundtrack to a book whereby you buy the actual book with the actual music that comes with it, the music videos and everything else, and that will help me market my content, my product at the end of the day. So I met up with Black Liz, and he brought along P.O, who's standing behind me here.
Yeah, I'm the
Sitting
guy
behind
behind.
And but the genius behind the soundtrack itself, which we released on Monday, is this guy right here, Raz. He's the producer.
Yeah.
Once I heard the track that he had made, I was like, no, this is it. This is the one. And the soundtrack itself is gonna be marketed for the movie as well, because we plan to do the movie as well, feature film. I'm actually working on the script right now.
This is blowing up.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the lyrics, did you guys write the lyrics or?
Well, he came to the studio and he basically gave me this idea and I played a couple of beats. And he really connected to this specific one.
Okay.
So once that's done, then the writers just get on and depending on the mood of the beat, they write what they feel. So that's when they came in.
Okay, I can't let Peter go without
Yeah,
setting the mood. Okay. All right. So you gotta set the mood.
Yeah.
Because to be honest with you, I haven't read your book yet.
Yeah.
I look forward to it though after
Yeah.
this interview.
Definitely.
But for everyone else who's watching this, Peter, set the mood, set the tone in terms of what others can expect to read and find in this novel.
Yeah.
Just to give them reasons to
And by the
believe in
way-
it and buy it.
And by the way, I hadn't heard of P.O.
Yeah.
I know Black Liz. Everybody knows Black Liz, Freedom of Fame, and all of that stuff. But he was like, "Yo, I got this guy who could feature well with the song, with this concept that you have, and his name is P.O." And I was like, "Okay, cool, bring him along." He came into the studio, and he wrote the first verse. And as soon as he dropped the verse, I was like, "Okay, this is it." And now I'm hearing this guy everywhere on YFM, on Metro. His music videos are everywhere on MTV, on Channel O. So he's blowing up in his world. So
Okay,
After all of that, I gotta hear him, right?
up and coming rapper stuff is live.
This is live, nothing up and coming here.
You're so humble sitting there too.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Yes.
Wow, so I think Lynette was hinting something
Yeah, I'm
there.
still waiting.
Yeah, but the thing is, you need to understand that this is about Subz the
Oh
rapper.
no, this is about you all right now.
no, it's about
Came here to
all of us.
The book comes with the song.
Is it like very like a
Okay, no, he said okay. He said okay. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it, son.
Okay, I'll say four lines.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead,
I
son.
never cry much when I'm going through it. I just bottle it up and put it through the music. And I can't wait to do it, take the drama, use it. I'm the best. I'm just waiting for my chance to prove it. It's
Yeah.
been so long, remain so strong. And I carry my city on my back. Now we gone. Other days we were struggling bad, and we toasted that good life, hustling mad ways to get paper. Of course the skyscraper flows might take up your hoes, so wake up and go. Get yours till the sun come up. We still hungry, so we feed till the blood runs out. Damn, Mr. I tried, you need to try harder. Work myself to the bone, I need to fight smarter. Sometimes I feel all alone, I need the right partner to keep me composed and calm. When the storm light up, you seen the concrete. You grew up in the streets, you see them drug fiends, they 6 feet deep. So hold your head, keep your family close. I need success cause I want to see my family boast about me. They lost without me. Cut crack, I'm a boss, but of course I'm a force, I'm rowdy.
If I can do that, then I can make the pages turn themselves.
Subz, what up?
That's it.
Definition of a soldier. Paper chasing, finna paper stack, pen and pad, paint pictures in the paragraph. Better yet, let me go, this cash ain't gon' make itself. I'll make it stretch further than elastic just to make it back. Boomerang, I rotate the flow, gotta hustle mind state, my soul take control, never